Drug on.
I gotcha. I was only kidding, Russia. She is not a spy in America.
Not at all.
Wink, wink. All right. Make some noise for Natalia!
Noise for Natalia!
All right, give her respect, people. Come on now.
What's up, you guys?
Woo!
My name is Natalia, and I'm from Russia, obviously. And my name is extremely common in Eastern Europe. And in ancient Slavic, that means she who marries for green cards. And don't judge, everybody wants to come to this country. When I was a child, I really wanted to be adopted by Americans. But sadly, my parents just refused to throw me in a dumpster. And I wanted to because Russia is known for having no food under communism. So instead of McDonald's, I had to have McMushrooms, which my mother picked in the forest. And as you know, there are good mushrooms and bad mushrooms that can poison or kill you. And a lot of times they look the same. So it was always, a good way to spice things up, to add some thrill to your life, Every time she would come home from the forest with buckets of mushrooms, it was like, today is the day. And she would always make tons of mushroom soup, which was like boiled water from mushrooms. And I refused to eat them, and she would always say, there are starving kids in Africa who would die for this mushroom soup. And I'm like, did you say for or from? And just because they're starving doesn't mean they're gonna lower the standards. Another thing that Russia was famous for was corruption and bribery. So if you ever got pulled over for speeding on a road, the conversation at home would go as follow. What do you mean you didn't suck this police officer's dick? How are we gonna afford the speeding ticket? Hey kids, your mother thinks we're millionaires. And that really puts a spin on the phrase, put your mouth where your rubles are. And of course another method of payments to bribe was vodka. So like blowjobs and vodka were like Soviet Bitcoin. Another thing that Russia was famous for was lack of freedom of speech. So you could go to prison for telling political jokes or any joke that was deemed politically motivated. So Americans have those tagular murals that say live, laugh, love. And in Russia it was live, laugh, gulag. Because that's where your ass was going to be going after the step 2. Another difference is that Russia was known for people being super nonchalant and not giving a fuck. Americans are really weirded out by everything. My coworker saw a guy eating an apple in the hotel lobby and was like, did you see that guy? He was just eating an apple. That is so fucking weird. He's probably a serial killer. And another coworker wore a polo shirt one day, and someone contacted the HR saying that it was really suspicious that he was wearing polo shirts on a daily basis. And in Russia we had a serial killer who murdered 120 people. And they interviewed his co-workers. And they all said that he seemed like a perfectly normal guy, except for every day that he would go to the bathroom, instead of towels, he would use children's underwear. And like, what kind of shit do you have to see every single day that somebody using children's underwear as a towel is not raising a red flag? I mean, it was communism, so we had red flags everywhere, so I can see how that would be confusing. And I'm sure that there was more than just children's underwear to raise suspicious. But yeah, those are my 3 things about Russia. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Hey. All right, keep it going for Natalia.